There's a reason why I tell this to people, why they shouldn't take their path or anything like the dragon's path any lightly. Because what it does to you is a total transformation of your true self and a reality of what you truly are and what you are capable of. But before all of that, you have to remind yourself that in this world, you don't even realize what kind of a power or energy that you have inside of yourself. I came to find it out quite the hard way because I did a ritual in the beginning of my path because I was so sure of what happened to me. I saw the dragon and I wanted to see and feel the dragon again, like I did for the very first moments in my dragon's path. But that completely was, I was guided into this ritual. I was very much under influence, you can say, of what I wanted to see this again. I wanted to know this again. I wanted to experience this again. So, in a way of complete discipline, I had unhumanized, I mean, discipline that you don't even realize how much discipline I have. When I sometimes see people on the dragon's path, I wished that I was more like this because I wanted to take a shortcut to know what actually happened because no one in this entire world could actually help me. Not even my mentor that could guide me in the correct directions. It was, I wanted to know more. So I did a ritual. Sometimes I call this a forbidden ritual. A ritual that doesn't demand or need any phrases or anything to say at all. Just sit there and that's it. And the ritual, normally, it takes like a year and a half. And that is a long time for a ritual to happen, of course. But this does have to happen. And this ritual is not going to be fun at all. Normally, when you think about rituals or spells, they you think about money spells or love spells or lucky spells or whatever. In this spell, I was something completely different. My goals were completely different. I wanted to meet my guardian angel. I wanted to know who he or she was, and I wanted to know why they are with me. So in a way, I was completely guided inside of this ritual of total transformation. And not with transformation, I don't only mean the mindset of changing your mindset. I also um, say by it's unmaking yourself as a human in this world. Because I was feeling it later on, and I was completely isolated from the world, my family, everything that is surrounding me, everything that could make distractions for me. I was so disciplined that not even my family could wake me up. No one could. I was completely gone. So it's actually to eliminate your true self. But elimination doesn't always mean peaceful. I wanted to know who the dragon was. 18 months, normally 18 months, of discipline, isolation. And of course, no distractions, no one ever. After 18 months, it will eliminate you. It will eliminate you and you will know who your guardian dragon is, 100%. 18 months, but it will be 18 months of that you have to detain yourself from any pleasures at all. And that is also my first moment of not eating meat because I wasn't eating, not alcohol, no sexual distractions, nothing handled sexually. Just the tension from anything, any worldly pleasures. And eventually, after 18 months, you will descend from it, from earthly pleasures, and you will beyond earth whenever you are finished with this ritual. It connects with your guardian dragon. It tries to connect with your guardian dragon. In fact, everyone can use this ritual. This ritual that just exists from merely sitting there, and even your mind can be hurt. But whenever you start to do a ritual like this, then keep in mind that whenever you think that you are alone when you are doing rituals, You think that there are not eyes on you. Well, think again, because when you do a ritual like this under complete um, that you really want it, under um, the tension from entire world, that you are separated from everything and everyone, that your mind is actually the one that is asking for your guardian to be with you, but it cannot be because you have to wait and you have to separate yourself from these earthly pleasures. It's a test of the spirit, growing out of this dimension where we are living in. And that is the best way actually to know what it is to be human and to be not. Because in this 18 months, I only succeeded 5 until I quit. Not because I was not that I didn't want to see my dragon or feel my dragon. I wasn't really feeling it, but after 5 months only, I came to feel the dragon very well. It was like my dragon stopped me and snapped me out of it because I was losing myself. I was losing my sanity. I was losing my humanity. I was losing everything. And if this continued, then I was acting more like the dragon than a human. Then people in this world and this life would not be good for me if I forgot that I'm still human. After 5 months, my dragon snapped me out of it and came to sit with me, came to be with me. That I know every single time when he is near, I know how, that he is near. And whenever he says something, in most cases, I can understand whatever he's saying, even if it is in a draconic language. But it was my dragon that didn't want me to go further, because this ritual of sitting there and giving your mind and soul to whatever you are aiming it at. I was, in this ritual, I was guided by the spirits surrounding me. And I was just in front of this altar. This was the altar that I did it before. And I was laying down on the floor, not saying anything. But I knew that my mind was pure. It was pure, and that is whenever you do rituals like this, you have to talk with your mind. And if your mind is not pure, then nothing will happen or something bad will happen. Because this is in all of this, whenever you are ready, it is a seal that cannot be broken. And that is what often a lot of people forget. That if they are on the dragon's path, it is not a game, not at all. And I knew this before I did this forbidden, um, yeah, this forbidden ritual that I did, this forbidden way of using magic. Sometimes people need to also understand that magic cannot be used simply by saying something. It is ancient. It is, and in this case, the dragon's magic or energy or rituals are ancient, and it cannot be done just by simply saying something. And if you are doing this, then you have to be absolutely sure, because this is a seal that you cannot break. And whenever you do these rituals, there will be many eyes, because you will open up a lot of gates, many gates, and not all of them will be the dragon's gate. A lot of gates, and you should not be afraid of the void, because you are also opening the void. And that is the reason why I knew the void so well, and what kind of a creatures, what kind of a spirits that are dwelling in there. It is absolutely cannot be described in words what the other sides are. Sometimes we don't even understand how safe we are here in this realm. But if you open up gates and you don't know what you are doing, then you might see yourself and find yourself trapped in complete darkness, and knowing your darkest self, everything that you will see is your own spirit just in pure panic, in pure darkness. And that is what the ritual is doing to you. It is showing yourself, showing your true self. It is like it's stripping out your soul and showing it to you. And you have to come, to accept something like this. It is not to say, oh, that is my soul, that is it. No, what I had was that I was gone. I saw my own spirit, but after a while, and I was so actually lucky for that, I was so dedicated inside of that ritual that everything that I had inside of my mind was pure. But the dragon knew this, and the dragon actually doesn't need to know more. but you don't need to change all of it right now, because in this dimension, in this realm, you are not supposed to be a dragon, or you're not supposed to be anything but but a human. You're supposed to be yourself, your human self of that dragon spirit. But you don't need to 100% change and transform. But this is a ritual that does it. I laid myself down and I didn't say a word. And it was my dragon, after 5 months, took me back. Even though my dragon, and I could feel that, was assisting me in this ritual. It depends on who your guardian angel is. And every one of us has a different kind of angel. A different kind of, you don't have to say it's an angel, but God. No, there are many gods and so many different kind of angels. Your guardian angels. If you want to meet your guardian angel, in this case your dragon, then I suggest you might do the same, but don't underestimate it, because I call this like a forbidden ritual for a reason. Because most of the people, and I don't want to brag with this, but most of the people didn't have this dedicated mind to, I want to meet you no matter what. I want to go through hell and back and through back again and go back, so that in order that I know my guardian angel. I went indeed through the void. I knew what it is for many months, for 5 months to be exact. And even then, it still haunted me, because I opened up gates you cannot close. Not in the mind, not even wherever you are. So whenever I hear people saying something lightly about the dragons, then sometimes I get triggered because of the experiences that I had. I am so grateful for the dragon that says, you don't have to continue. I am here with you. And that is just this beautiful feeling that I had 5 months later, that after I did that ritual, that was enough for me. That is this separation from you and earthly pleasures, that you just continue to do so, and the reason why you are doing this. That is amazing, my brothers and sisters. But yeah, of course, it depends on what your path is and how your path is going to be, because this is a ritual that you shouldn't have instruction about. You just don't need to say anything. For example, just sit down, relax, and sit in front of your altar and speak to your guardian angel. From then on, you should just follow the instructions of your guardian angels is saying. But whenever you are doing this ritual, this forbidden ritual, not only dragon eyes will be aimed at you, a lot of eyes surrounding you. It's actually a very intense ritual. A ritual that you will never come back out of it the same way again. And neither did I. I was not the same person that just had his awakening. I was excited. I was, you can say, very stupid and dumb in the moment that I was awakened. Like a little child that just wanted to play with whatever he felt or she felt. I mean, that is what I could feel in the beginning of my path. I mean, the dragon, but once I did this ritual, this forbidden dragon ritual, I wanted to know more at that moment, and very fast. If you want to have answers for it, very fast, which a lot of us have, what is this, what is that? I say to you, that is why I say to you, have patience. You have an entire lifetime to discover. You don't have to do it everything fast. I mean, whenever you are opening the gates, that is dragon magic. You don't need words. You just need your mind, a disciplined mind. And that is what I had, a very much disciplined mind, a mindset that I could not lie to the dragon, and the dragon knew this. That is why the dragon interfered 5 months later. It was enough, but it was so much intense that I still see the void. I can still see the void today. I cannot go to sleep without seeing the void and seeing sometimes the dragon realms and other different kind of realms as well, because dragons are travelers, and that is also what you awaken with this ritual. How does this ritual go? Just sit down and let your mind speak. Nothing more, nothing less. And if you don't have any connection with it, for example, if you are not able to lay down like I did, like I was completely laying down, I was pinned to the ground, even guided by the dragon of doing this. But later on, it seems that I was going to fall. Normally, this ritual takes 18 months. 18 months of revelation. But after this 18 months, I was only 5. But after 18 months, you are not the same person again. Actually, to be very honest, if you succeed of passing the 18 months, you become the dragon. But that is not what I recommend here. Here you are born as a human. And that is not to have a dragon spirit. Is not to play around with. It is not a game, it's not a child's play. Not a child's play at all, because once you awaken it and you want the answers and you want to connect with your dragon guardian as like I'm talking to you, then it demands sacrifices of your human self, sacrifices of your sanity, my brothers and sisters. And that is also what happened to me. My sanity, I am someone who barely remembers what happened in these 5 months. And that is on purpose. Normally, your human mind forgets about that transformation. But I try to reveal it of what actually happened. But that is why I say to you, it's not a light path. Your dragon's soul, your spirit, normally it should grow and you should discover it. Like I was in the beginning of my path, like the dragon. Oh, wow. But when I wanted to know more and I knew the dark secrets and everything that belongs to it, then actually I didn't want to go back. But my dragon said, it's better to go back. It's better just to quit now because I'm here. So in a way, I succeeded. I knew who my guardian angel was. And that is, of course, the dragon, what I knew, what I very much was sure about. But I wanted to connect with him. And I was succeeding that. And that was an entire goal. But I could even go further and transform myself. Because in a way, this forbidden dragon ritual is a ritual of transformation. Knowing it all. Having all of the things of the cosmic world and the astral plane and all of the secrets revealed. There was just a fraction revealed with me. And in these 5 months, I knew this, I remember it. It drove me crazy of what actually everything is and how it's made. That the dragon just said, it's enough, I'm here. And that was enough for me. I was snapped out of it. And I could see this entire world as a completely different thing. As foolish humans, always destroying their own home and not even knowing wherever their light is. Just death and destruction, and yet there should be something different. Yet that is what I could see, even though that in itself is a curse. If you are doing this ritual of transformation, the forbidden ritual of the dragon. But yeah, if you want to know, if you want to feel, if you want to explore like I did, then yeah, this is actually the best way. But I don't recommend this because actually, to be very honest, there are a lot of people that did the same ritual, not on the dragon's path, but that wanted to meet their guardian angel. And everyone has their guardian angel, even several even. And some people never came out of it, or just went insane, for just using your mind as how it should be. Unbroken, undying love for your guardian angel. And sometimes that is why they are your guardian angel. Your guardian angel says to you, breaks all of the walls and says to you to stop it. But if you are interested to do so, the first thing that you need is in your dragons, in this ritual, is not candles, it is not an altar, it is your mind. It always is your mind on the dragon's path. My brothers and sisters,